How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just wanted to come on here for a while and give him a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark from tonight, which is June 29th, 2021. I gotta say it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was Wardlow versus Baron Black. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Wardlow went over by referee stoppage because Wardlow executed the Mr. Mayhem to Baron Black, and Baron Black got knocked out. Match 2, it was Lee Johnson versus Vari Morales. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Lee Johnson went over with the Brain Dog. Match 3, it was Abaddon versus Hyon. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Abaddon went over with the leg hook DDT. Match 4, it was Powerhouse Hobbs versus Marco Stunt. That was a quick match, but the ending to it, Powerhouse Hobbs went over with the Town Business. Match 5, it was Lance Archer versus Kenny Bingle. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Lance Archer went over with the Helicoaster. But before the match, as Kenny Bingle was already out and Lance Archer came out to the ring, Kenny Bingle tried to walk out of the match, but Lance Archer chased after Kenny Bingle and grabbed him and threw him back in the ring and everything, which that was cool. Match 6, it was Ty Conti versus Charlotte Renegade. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Ty Conti went over with the DDT. Match 7, it was The Factory, which are QT Marshall and Aaron Solo versus Zachariah and Chad Lennox. That was a great match, but the ending to it, The Factory went over because Aaron Solo pinned Zachariah with the diving foot stomp. Match 8, it was Frankie Kazarian versus J.D. Drake. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Frankie Kazarian went over with the crossface chicken wing. Match 9, it was Angelico versus Arjun Singh. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Angelico went over with the Navarro Death Roll. Match 10, it was Nyla Rose versus Holiday. That was a squash match, but the ending to it, Nyla Rose went over with the Beast Bomb. Well, before the match, as Justin Roberts was doing the ring introduction for Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero came out and with a microphone and made Justin Roberts get out of the ring, and Vicky Guerrero done the ring introduction for Nyla Rose, which that was cool. Match 11, Match 11, it was The Blade versus Sonny Kiss. That was a great match, but the ending to it, The Blade went over with the Dr. Bomb. Well, after the match, The Blade, Angelico, and Jack Evans ganged up on Sonny Kiss and beat the shit out of him, and while the bunny was skipping around in the ring, and Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy came out for the save for Sonny Kiss, and the Blade and Helico, Jack Evans, and the Bunny retreated, and Joey Janela came out for the save as well, and Joey Janela helped Sonny Kiss up, and Sonny Kiss shoved Joey Janela away, and the Blade and Helico, Jack Evans, and the Bunny were already out of the ring. Already went backstage. Well, Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy left the ring as well, and Joey Janela was trying to make amends with Sonny Kiss, but Sonny Kiss wasn't having it and everything, which that was cool. Match 12, it was Julia Hart versus Ashley D'Ambrose. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Julia Hart went over with the splitting leg drop. Match 13, it was the Dark Order, which are Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and Colt Cabana, versus the Hardy Family Office, which are Mark Quinn, Match 13, it was the Dark Order, which are Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and Colt Cabana, versus the Hardy Family Office, which are Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, and Jack Evans. That was a great match, but the ending to it, the Dark Order went over because Colt Cabana pinned Jack Evans with the Chicago Skyline. Match 14, it was Shawn Dean versus JDX. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Shawn Dean went over with a Tequila Sunrise Sugarhold combination. And match 15, which was the main event, it was the Wingmen, which are Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bononi, versus Sage Scott and Jake St. Patrick. That was a quick match, but the ending to it, the Wingmen went over cause Ryan Nemeth pinned Sage Scott with the Rude Awakening. Now, besides the matches, Alex Marvez interviewed Joey Janela, and Alex Marvez was pretty much asking Joey Janela about his in-ring status following his injury in his match against Hangman Page on AEW Dynamite about a month or two ago. Joey Janela wouldn't answer. Then Alex Marvez asked Joey Janela about his friendship with Sonny Kiss. Joey Janela didn't answer. Then Alex Marvez was trying to cheer Joey Janela up and was wanting to go to the bar like the Nip Factory and everything. Well, Joey Janela responded to Alex Marvez, and Joey Janela said, "I'm frustrated right now." Well, Joey Janela left while Alex Marvez was looking on and everything, which that was cool. Now, besides all that, Taz and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. Ricky Starks done guest commentary along with Taz and Excalibur during the matches of Wardlow versus Baron Black, Lee Johnson versus Vari Morales, and Abaddon versus Hyon. Ricky Starks done great on guest commentary. And Jake the Snake Roberts done guest commentary along with Taz and Excalibur during the match between Lance Archer versus Kenny Bingle. Jake the Snake Roberts done great on guest commentary. The referees for the event were Frank Gastineau, Mike Posey, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Wardlow versus Baron Black. Paul Turner refereed the match between Lee Johnson versus Vari Morales. Frank Gastineau refereed the match between Abaddon versus Hyon. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Powerhouse Hobbs versus Marco Stunt. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Lance Archer versus Kenny Bingle. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between Ty Conti versus Charlotte Renegade. Paul Turner refereed the match between The Factory versus Zachariah and Chad Lennox. That was Paul Turner, by the way. Mike Posey refereed the match between Frankie Kazarian versus J.D. Drake. Paul Turner refereed the match between Angelico versus Arjun Singh. That was Paul Turner, by the way. Frank Gastineau refereed the match between Nyla Rose versus Holodead. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between The Blade versus Sonny Kiss. Mike Posey refereed the match between Julia Hart versus Ashley D'Ambrose. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between the Dark Order versus the Hardy Family Office. Mike Posey refereed the match between Sean Dean versus JDX. And Frank Gastineau refereed the match between the Wingmen versus Sage Scott and Jake St. Patrick. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card for tomorrow night's episode of All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, it's going to be Miro versus Brian Pillman Jr. for the AEW TNT title, MJF versus Sammy Guevara, the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, versus Pena El Cerro Miedo and Eddie Kingston, Jungle Boy versus Jack Evans, and Britt Baker and Rebel versus Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. Those are the matches that have been announced so far. Now, besides the matches that have been announced, Chris Jericho will be doing guest commentary along with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur throughout the whole show of All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite. So the match card for tomorrow night's AEW Dynamite looks like it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait for it and everything. But anyway, I just want to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dark from tonight, which is June 29th, 2021. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.